Our subject is entitled Surah Al-Kahf and the Modern Age. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ were sitting, talking amongst themselves, when the Prophet ﷺ came and asked, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "We are talking about alamatu sa'a, the signs of the last day." And he replied, and this hadith is in Sahih Muslim, the last day would not come until, and he mentioned 10 signs, but they were not given in the order or the chronological sequence in which they will occur. Now, let us very quickly recall those 10. Number one, dAJJAL, the false Messiah, because he is known as Al-Masih ad-Dajjal, the one who will seek to impersonate the true Messiah, Nabi Isa alayhi salam. Number two, Gog and Magog, Ya'juj and Ma'juj, who were human beings from Banu Adam. Number three, the return of the son of Mary. Number four, Dukhan, smoke. Number five, Dabbatul Ard, a beast or a creature of the land, of the earth. Number six, that the sun would rise from the west. Number 7, 8 and 9, 3 earthquakes which would result in sinking down of the earth, one in the east, one in the west, and the third in Arabia. And number 10, that a fire will come out of Yemen and drive people to their place of assembly, which is Arafat. Surah Al-Kahf of the Quran has the unique distinction of being the only surah of the Quran linked by Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam himself with dAJJAL. The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, recite the first 10 ayat of Surah Al-Kahf over dAJJAL, and you will be safe from his fitna. And in another hadith, the last 10. And so this surah is directly linked with dAJJAL. Nothing else in the Quran is linked to dAJJAL with hadith. But this surah has a second unique distinction, that it is in this surah of the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala begins the explanation of the subject of Gog and Magog, Ya'juj and Ma'juj. So if there is a branch of knowledge known as ilmu AkhirZAMAN or Islamic eschatology, this surah of the Quran is par excellence the surah of ilmu AkhirZAMAN or eschatology. We have a limited amount of time tonight, and therefore you have homework to do. The pagan Arabs of Arabia did not know how to assess the claim of one who was born and who lived amongst them. and who had so impressed them that they called him Al-Amin, the trustworthy. He should make the claim that he is a prophet, like unto Ibrahim alayhi salam, like unto their father Ismail alayhi salam, because all the Arabs knew that they were descended from Ismail alayhi salam. But who said that you must worship only one God, and God is not an idol in a temple? So they decided to send a delegation to that city in the north, which is known as Yathrib, and now it's known as Medina, to inquire, get help, because in that city, strangely, the cream of the Jewish ulama were assembled. In French they say, la crème de la crème, the best of the Jewish ulama. Excuse me, Rabbi, what are you doing here? Why are you here? That's a very interesting subject. So the delegation met with the rabbis, and the rabbis said, ask him these 3 questions, which only a prophet can answer. And you'll have to do the homework to find out what were the questions. We don't have time for that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down the answers to the 3 questions. And 2 of the answers are located in Surah Al-Kahf of the Quran. 2 of them. Knowledge which only a prophet would have. And that is communicated to us in Surah Al-Kahf of the Quran. The 3rd answer was placed by divine instructions in the preceding surah, Surah Al-Isra, which is also sometimes known as Surah Bani Israel, but always usually known as Surah Al-Isra. And by placing the 3rd answer in Surah Al-Isra, the divine wisdom is informing us that these 2 surahs are linked with each other. What were the questions and what were the answers?